And welcome back. Um, Last time our group found themselves in the crypts of the Temple of the All Lawbearer here in Elmakath. As they traversed the crypts, it wasn't long before they fell into a trap, plummeting down beneath the earth and into a small cavernous area filled with water. Though most of them could walk freely, it wasn't long before they found the foe that had taken from them Uzmir, the false Hydra. It was a long fought battle, more people joining as more heads were taken from the false Hydra. So finally, the creature was slain, and the party regrouped. Now both Morkala and Wolfrin's previous party of the Black Wolves, finding their way out of the cavern and back to the Boar's Rest, the home of the Black Boars, who many are still missing. They found a bit of respite, though still somber as much. And we find ourselves in the Boar's Rest Tavern. Usually a haven of raucous laughter and rowdy tales, tonight is anything but. Within these walls, the atmosphere hangs heavy, a tangible quietude that blankets the room like a thick fog. It's just past the witching hour, and the embers glow from the hearth cast a comforting, if somber, warmth over the wounded warriors gathered within. Both the members of Morkala sit with somber faces, their spirits dampened not just by fatigue, but by the lingering questions that buzz around them like persistent flies. Also joined by the Black Wolves, these seasoned veterans who are currently ribbing Wolfriend with a sort of brotherly or familial affection that belies their concern for him and the dangers they've all faced. A bit of a hush has fallen over the Boar's Rest, broken only by the occasional clink of tankards and the soft footfalls of Eunice, the halfling bartender. She deftly navigates the room. Her usual smile is subdued tonight, replaced by a furrowed brow of empathy. She serves up drinks that bring scant comfort. In one corner of the establishment, Riven, Uzmir, and Mavra, you all retreated to one of the quarters, seeking solace and solitude and rest, or perhaps even a moment to gather your thoughts away from watchful eyes. Meanwhile, Wolfriend, you remain, your figure hunched on a wooden stool, sharing the camaraderie of the wolves that you have known and loved for a while. There's some light banter, but eyes betray a shared tension, a unified concern for the missing comrade, Euromanthus. The tavern itself, usually brimming with the life of tales untold, is subdued, the walls echoing the silence for lost allies. Every so often, a gust of wind whispers at the windows, reminder the threat that looms beyond the safety of these walls. Spectre of Father Vanwall Galley, the fate of Euromanthus. So, as the tavern's light lanterns flicker and cast dancing shadows across the room, the night wears on. The company is together in body, united by the strife that you've all been through, but each mind alone in its own place, lost in what-ifs and ifs-onlys. The Boar's Rest is more than a sanctuary tonight, a shared space of healing and a fortress against the lingering dread of what tomorrow may bring. So, what are you all doing?
Is it the middle of the night, or is it like...
It is around 1 in the morning. As you guys have returned to the Boar's Rest, probably spent around 30-45 minutes talking, and then Riven, Uzmir, and Mavra, you all have retreated into your quarters.
Well, there's a lot Riven wants to do, but first he's going to approach Mavra's bunk.
Okay.
Mavra, are you awake?
I am now. I say as I get up and start stretching.
Oh, I didn't know you were asleep. Sorry about that. You just had me a bit worried because, well, you were not acting like yourself back there.
How do you mean?
Well, you just seemed a bit like you're not entirely there. I mean, you did explain a little bit about, seeing them all together as a family, but, well, I just can't help but worry.
I, um, I'm sorry, Riven. It's when I met you and everyone else, I had only been away from home for a year, and in less than two, I've left home and found a new job and a new way of life, and then in the blink of an eye, I have nothing to go back to, and no family, and no friends, and the only allies I have are the people that are around me. And it still breaks my heart. And I see Wolfriend reunited with people that he knows, and it breaks my heart that I'll never have that.
Well, I can't go back and, bring your family back, but what I can do is make you new, well, you have me, Usmir, and Wolfrin here as your family. So what I want to say is, you have us still. And perhaps you still have many more that haven't been found yet.
I know, but I still miss my parents, and it's heartbreaking to see what happened to my baby sister.
Yeah. I can't relate because I just never had that, but it must be really a painful feeling. But, well, I'm not very the reliable sort. I think no one thinks of me as reliable, but I at least want to be dependable for you.
I don't think you're anything other than reliable. You've always been there for me. Since the day we met, you've never turned your back on me. And you've had every chance to. You've risked your life for me. So the person that everybody says you are is not the person you are now.
Oh, I see. Well. And he just blushes a little and just looks back. So, just wanted to make sure you're alright, and you seem alright. Just, let me know if you have any thoughts that you want to share. We're, family now, so, you can talk to me if you ever need to.
Thank you.
And Riven is gonna just scurry off over here. Back to this.
What a weird conversation. Where is everyone?
If you're asking about everyone, Usmir's over there, and Wolfrin's still with his friends.
That's good.
Also, Riven's gonna actually get some sleep too, so he's gonna be over here.
Yeah, back to bed sounds good.
Okay. Who else?
I'm sleeping. I needed a long rest.
Use sleeping.
Big sleepins.
I'll say to the rest of the wolves, well, if that's all other matters sorted, we wanted to post watch.
Right, yeah, I'll take first watch. I'll let the other get some sleep, and once Lyra gets her 4 hours, she'll be able to stay watch for the rest of the evening. So please, everyone should get some rest. We have a lot to figure out tomorrow.
Indeed. We've our pick of rooms. Normal
know.
bunking arrangements.
I figured you go and sleep with your friends.
No. I've had plenty of time to sleep in the same vicinity as them. It'd be comforting to do so with some of you again.
Alright, then I guess, yeah, same normal bunking as usual, yes. I haven't been here before, so you lead the way, Wolfram, whatever room you wanna take over.
Let's see. Black room's got space for us all, I think. Come, this way. And I'll just sort of, retire for the night.
Alright, so, following suit. Find on one of the chairs. Cerberus. Watches begin. Alright. So, as you all drift into slumber, a little hard for some, a little bit easier for others. You're all pretty beat up, so this rest comes just in time. And you find yourselves drifting. Well, friend, your mind takes you back to the false Hydra, fighting the pain that you felt. Your friends being brutally attacked. And then this moment, sharp stop in your mind as Riven is thrown across the room, slamming into the wall, his lifeless form hitting the ground. At that moment, mind was not yours. This rage, this essence of vengeance took over your form, and all you saw was red. The only two beings in that room were you and this false Hydra, this creature of torment, torture, and lost memories. What is Wolfrind feeling?
Just being... just the image of this creature in his mind. Nothing else in the world exists. He is furious. He's filled with the urge to just destroy this thing that could destroy so much else. Nothing else in the world matters except that this thing dies.
As you're hacking and slashing and screaming fury and rage, feel this tug at your mind before you see Mavra, and she disappears with a cackle from this creature, and then Uzmir and another cackle, Riven and another cackle, and all you're left with is this pitch black void around you with the laughing faces of this deformed creature. This cacophony of whispers and laughter, and your friends, your family disappearing before your eyes. Then it hits you. It begins to sink in. You never stop. Keep striking over and over. It feels good. Feel the blood of this creature spray back and forth. There's a sense of, maybe not joy, but this sense of accomplishment. And pit in your stomach, balled up, begins to loosen. There's almost a grin on your face before you feel soft touch on your shoulder. Almost as a snapping motion, you turn and you see friend, your ally. Somebody you spent so much time with, Doran, and you turn away from him, keep slashing. And then you spring up from your bed covered in a cold sweat. I don't know if you yell or scream. That's up to you.
Maybe not a scream. Definitely a very audible gasp.
You see Lyra sitting in the chair, kind of looking at you. Everything okay, Wolfrind?
It will be.
You haven't had a nightmare like that in years.
No, I suppose not. I'm going for a walk.
Would you like me to join you?
No, I'm fine.
Alright. If you need anything, please come and find me.
Of course. He just walks out.
You see Doran kind of sitting back on one of the stools, drinking what seems to be some sort of ale or something out of a tankard. Turns. Wolfriend, you're up already. It's only been a few hours.
Yeah. It's a bad dream. You know how it is.
Right, yeah, now. They happen from time to time. How bad? Like, when you first joined the Fang bad, or?
You know, probably not too far off.
Sit down, have a drink. You can tell me your tales of heroism, whatever you've been doing with that. What do you guys call yourselves? Markala?
Yep.
That means dark light and elven, right?
Does it?
I believe
I
so.
wouldn't know.
I think it means dark light. It's kind of got a ring to it, if you think about it. Are you, like, the darkness that covers the night, the light, or are you illuminating the darkness?
I think it's up to interpretation, Nat.
Oh, isn't everything? So, what's with this nightmare? Think it means something? What happened?
It's just... fury. Vengeance.
Like how you were down in the cavern?
Precisely.
Ah,
I was back there. You saw the ragged one go, get tossed pretty bad, right?
I did. Yes, I did. He got back up before I could get to him, so
Did he now?
he did.
That hell's Riven, you could have told me you can do a trick like that.
I was as surprised as you are, mate. I mean, he's not exactly what I'd call a strong-looking man. Yeah, he got catched from the rocks. He went limp for a moment and stood back up just a few seconds later.
He's deceptive in that way.
I
You'd be
see.
forgiven for thinking him just a poor, haggard, barely more than a beggar.
Right.
But no. He's a strength that belies his visage. I've seen what he's capable of.
Well, can't argue with that.
No. They're all capable, in their own ways. Morkala, I mean.
Oh, yeah?
They've proven stalwart allies.
Well, they've kept you alive this long. Or I guess maybe it's the other way around.
Who's to say? I mean, how would you say it is with us?
Well, with us, it's all of us keeping you alive.
Hey now. You remember You're
If you're about to bring up the thing in Harta, that doesn't count. That wasn't my fault. People always say cats land on their feet, and I slip and fall off a roof once, and I never hear the end of it.
I'm not saying it was anyone's fault. I'm just saying I did help. Rather significantly.
Significant or not, it doesn't matter. I do not want to relive that night anymore. The thing we were chasing down what we thought was some sort of undead creature or something, and it was just a dude in a mask trying to scare away newcomers. You never know. But now, back to your dream. Wolfrin, you have to talk about it. If not with me, with somebody. I know we haven't seen each other in a few months, but we do miss you over with the wolves. Not the same.
Well, I won't be around forever. You know that.
Yeah, I know.
Truth be told, I feel as though as I'm at a precipice. And these feelings that have driven me for so long, they're racing me towards the edge, and I'm looking down. It's...
You ever try looking up? Look, I know in our line of work, there's no guarantee that we'll see tomorrow, but if you don't even have the wherewithal to try, you definitely won't see tomorrow. You need to stop going into battles with a death wish.
This road only ends one way for me. You know this.
Doesn't have to, Wolfriend. You have people who love you, people to care for, people to protect. What happens if you die? What happens to them?
Then they carry on. And hopefully, I've given them enough ground to stand on to where they can take care of themselves.
Well, I'm one of those people, and I don't care how much ground you put in front of me to stand on. I don't want to stand on it without you there.
The day may come where you may have to. And
I'll do my damnedest to make sure that doesn't happen. I've brought you back from the brink before. I'll do it again as many times as it takes.
And if me going over would save thousands, millions, the whole damned world,
Screw
what
them,
then?
Wolfriend. Your family. Family matters more than anything. If we have to... If any one of us needs to sacrifice ourselves for the good of the many, you better be damn sure we're gonna try to figure out another way around it before we ever make a fucking cocked off idea like that. You're talking as if you will never have a way around it, as if it's the only way to end, Wolfriend, but that's never been the only way to end. You go into every battle assuming that you're not going to come out alive. At that point, you're playing a game of... You're playing games where you've decided what the outcome's going to be already before you go in.
Wolfrind will just sort of start idly going over his gauntlets, which are... He's not fully armored, so they're just in there,
Do they
I
look
guess,
different?
incognito. They... When he's not decked out in full armor, they look pretty simple. Enough that they wouldn't look too out of place on any typical adventurer. And that's very much by design.
Right.
But Wolfrind just sort of looks at his gauntlets. I might not have a choice in that matter.
You'd always take him off, Wolfriend. We could leave these curses behind and find our way. There's plenty of places to run. We could go to Granheim or Ravel or... Fuck it, we can go to Kozuka. Somewhere where nobody will be able to find us and where we won't have to bear these burdens. We've been doing this since we were children, Wolfriend. It's not a life to live. But it is where we found our families.
You know what I've done? I can't turn back on this now.
I've done the same, Wolfriend. There's gonna come a point where we can't save everybody.
No.
Wolfriend, you feel a sharp pain in the back of your head as you feel almost the metal of your gauntlet start to constrict as you see flashes of the false Hydra in your vision. Doran gets up and races over to you. Hi, mate, what's wrong? What's happening?
Headache.
I need to get you in a chair with a back on it. Please, come over here.
No, I'm fine.
Wolfriend, I'm the healer.
What?
You're the fighter. You'll goddamn listen to me when I tell you to sit down in a chair with a back in it.
A little more than just a fighter. I've been working on my healing too.
Yeah.
I'll have you know.
Sure you have.
I have.
You want to have a heal off, you just let me know. But for right now, you need to tell me what's hurting your goddamn head so much.
It's... It's... The gauntlet. I am... not much pleased with me right now, I don't think.
What do you mean? Are they hurting you? Are they rejecting you?
I... don't know.
Is this connected to what happened?
I just see that damned Hydra. And it's...
At this point, Doran approaches a little bit closer and gets very close to your face. Kind of eyeing you up and down. He leans in real close to your neck. It's not good, Wolfriend. And he hands you a small, just kind of squared silver mirror. As you look in it and look at the area on it in your neck, you see a wound from the false Hydra, and there's these striking purplish veins coming from it. Isn't good.
When did that get there?
I don't know, but we need to check everybody. If anyone else has a wound like that, it's not going to be good for anybody.
Well, are you able to do anything about it?
Maybe. But before I spend all my resources on you, let's make sure everybody else is safe too. Stay here, Wilfred. He runs off. Comes back through a short while after, followed by the other wolves. He goes down. Uzmir, you're woken up by a knocking on the door.
Okay.
Seems
Who's
like
just knocking?
Mavra and
Kinda.
Riven are still asleep.
Kind of like ooze up onto the arm of the chair and kind of, I guess it'd be almost like a leap
Yeah. A
as I
boing?
form. Yeah, a boink. As I kind of form back up, walking over the door and start to slowly crack it open, but with a finger over my mouth to keep the person quiet as I walk out.
Yeah, you see Doran there. Oi, mate, I need you to wake up the others. We have an issue with Wolfriend.
Right? So I'm assuming it's urgent since you're asking me to wake them up.
Yeah, it's urgent.
Alright, we'll be right there.
Alright.
Walk back through the door, this time not being as quiet.
Right. Just a terrible stomping throughout the room.
Not quite, but as I'm walking by Riven, I'm basically slap his feet. Walking
5
over
more
to Mama,
minutes.
nudging her shoulder. No 5 more minutes.
What
Seems
is
like
it?
we've got
Are you
it.
in danger?
No, I don't think it's danger, but it sounds like we've got a problem with Wolfriend.
Oh no.
I
Okay,
don't got
I'm up.
much more information than that. We're just being called outside. Well, to the main room.
Just make it 1 minute, please.
At this point, I grab Riven by both of his feet and start to just pull him off of the bed.
Yeah, Riven, you slam onto the ground. What a thud.
Step over
My
the top
head.
of him.
You bastard, I missed you.
We love you too, Riven. Now it's time to get up.
Mavra, the wonderful morning person, just springs up.
My head.
As you-
hurts.
As you guys come outside, you see Wolfriend sitting in the chair, Doran in front of him, and the 3 other wolves as well. And you see on Wolfriend's neck this slashing wound with these purplish veins coming out of it.
Do we really need to gather everyone for a wound check?
Yes.
Couldn't have just... Alright.
Sorry to do this
So
to you
this-
all, but please, if you have any wounds, can you uncover them for us? Doran goes through checking you all. None of you have a similar wound to his with the purple veins. Right. At least that's good. I don't know what this is, but I assume it's a remnant of whatever we were fighting. And
Wolfriend always causing us trouble.
Doran reaches his hand up to the side of your neck and casts a healing spell. As he moves his hand, there's no change to the wound. Fucking A. This is not good, Wolfriend. This is not good at all.
Alright, but what is it? Is it a curse?
Has to be something. Fuck it.
It's clearly something. It's right there.
I'll try doing a remove curse. I can't promise it'll work. If it doesn't, we need to get higher help. I'm a good cleric, but I'm not a master. As he begins to chant and move his hands, you see him crush some what looks like black salt in his hands as he presses them against the wound, and there's this immediate stinging pain, Wolfriend, that races through your neck and through your body.
Wolfriend just closes his eyes, grits his teeth a bit. Yep. That's how you know it's working.
Yeah. Don't start complaining yet. This is just the start of it.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. And as he pushes down one more time, the pain intensifies to an unimaginable level. You do lose 12 hit points.
Oof.
As this happens.
Ouch.
As the spell's power washes over you, Wolfriend, your vision escapes you. You're pulled into the depths of your own mind, where your memories lay dormant. The pull and force of this creature, whatever left in you, hidden behind the veil of this curse, the world around you fades, replaced by a vivid tableau of your past. Each frame a burst of life and emotion. First, something you don't recognize. Two Lupin figures cloaked in the shadows of night. With reverence, they pass this bundle to a pair of human hands. Your vision moves at the hands of your parents. The infant within the shroud stirs. The scene shifts, and young Wolfrind emerges, his laughter mingling with rustling of crops. The sun beats down on the family farm, painting everything with a golden hue. You're beside your father, a little helper in the vast fields, mimicking the man's every move with an earnestness that only a child possesses. Oi, son! Please, get that rake. Help me clean this up. We gotta get back inside. Your mother's cooking dinner. What are you doing, Wolfriend?
Waiting for the dogs to stop barking. And trying to think of how I'm gonna approach the child voice.
It's the same voice.
It's the same voice.
It's
I
actually
never went through
deeper.
puberty.
He was born a grown man.
All right,
You'd
Dad.
be surprised.
As you grab the rake and you begin helping out your father, the vision shifts inside the warm kitchen. Your mother humming a melody, her hands dancing in rhythm to create a sort of culinary magic. Your young face alight with this joy as you watch, eager for the moment when you can taste the fruits of her creation. Go ahead, Wolfriend's mom.
Oh, Wolfie, back in with your father already?
Yeah.
Well, how was the fields?
You're fine. It's really hot out.
Mm-hmm. Why don't you go wash up? I'll get you something nice to drink.
Mm-hmm.
She just runs off.
As you're running off, you fall and your vision shifts again. This idyllic life that you lived, shadows creeping into edges of your recollection, leading to one fateful day. The sun seemed to hide behind the clouds, and the air grew tense with whispered threats. Outside your family's farmhouse, your parents standing firm, a bulwark against a growing storm.
Your chat isn't updating inside of the stream.
Oh, I
Or
can fix that.
The Roll20 chat.
Because I didn't run my program.
Oof.
Alright, we go. Now it is. Oh. So, outside your humble farmhouse, your parents' firm, a bulwark against the growing storm. A heated argument. Your father's voice rises. I also need to do this real quick. Volume mixer and turn off Google Chrome sounds because that is going to get annoying real fast. Alrighty. So, you hear a heated argument. You're inside the farmhouse, Wolfriend, 13, 14 years old. Your father's voice rises like the wind before a tempest, while your mother's words weave through the air, a plea for peace. I said get the hell off of our land. We don't have anything for you to take. Everything's already gone. Our harvest, everything.
Please, we don't have anything else. Please.
Wolfriend, you then emerge into this chaos, your heart pounding against your ribs. As you run out, your mother's eyes meeting yours, brimming with worry that chills you to the bone.
Mom? Dad?
Wolfie,
What's going on?
go back inside and hide.
Why? What?
Go! Don't. Now's not the time. Go.
In that moment, as the dispute reaches its crescendo, your world shatters. Your memories fracture. Blood. Parents on the ground. These figures standing there as one comes after you, as you're running to hide, finding some place to get away. You're running and running and running. You're looking back to make sure they're not catching you. Face catches your eyes. Familiar face, but not familiar to 14-year-old Wolfriend. Familiar to you now. Face of Father Van Walgally. Then you're swept back to the present, gasping for breath. The echoes of that day and the day you lost everything ringing in your ears, and the weight of your past presses against your chest, a burden you have carried until now.
Did it work?
Wolfriend!
Hmm?
As you all see Wolfriend coming back, you hear his voice, but you see his form hunched is now shifting. You're in great pain right now, Wolfriend. Everybody, give him some room, please. Give him some room. I don't know what's happening. I don't know. Wolfriend, you clatter out of the chair onto the floor. As you all see his form shifting, his back arching, his body forcing into contortions that are not normal for Wolfriend. As you see this, you see bone structure changing. And after a moment of this transformation, you see Wolfriend not as you know him. As you see Wolfriend's true form.
Oh boy.
Laying there on the floor in a heap, ripped clothes, gauntlets still on. The real Wolfriend. The child brought to his parents to protect him.
He's a fucking Lupin?
Wait.
Not hurt.
What?
Is the wound gone? As Wolfriend probably opens his eyes for the first time in the past,
Your vision
5 minutes.
Your vision is blurred for a moment, but the smells of this room are like overstimulating. The sounds of flowing water and the voices around you is echoing through your ears like the sound of bell tolls right next to you. You go up to touch the wound and you feel fur, but you're not wearing your cloak.
Wolfrin, what's going on?
You don't have to yell at me.
Wolfrin?
I don't see any reason to be this loud right now.
Wolfrin, this is barely a whisper.
This is my normal voice.
Wolfram just starts to sit up, just looking over himself.
I'm gonna take my scarf and put it over Wolfrin's ears.
Okay.
Who turned Wolfrin into a dog?
Wolfram just grimaces with that. It's fine. It's fine. What's that smell?
Look me in the eye and tell me that's not better.
It's fine. What is that stench? Is that...
Riven's been here for a while.
Hey now, not every odor is me, alright?
Well, it's certainly not me.
Wolfram just
Well, of course not.
slowly tries to get to his feet. You can see he's like... He was already tall. He's like a clear 6 inches taller now.
So he's 6'9".
6'10", I think.
I thought he was 6'3".
He's tall as
Where
hell.
is it?
Hey, big boy. He, you,
Yeah,
big
6'4".
boy.
I didn't
Friends have
update
nothing
that.
on him now.
Wolfram, the ground seems drastically far from you. Just standing up, you feel uneasy, like you sway, almost not being able to keep yourself up. Your proportions greatly increased from what they were before. As your vision kind of stabilizes, you see a bit of a extended nose in front of your face.
I need a mirror right now. And I'll just... Was there a mirror in any of the rooms?
There was the small hand mirror that Doran handed to you. It's on the table.
I'll just reach down to grab it, hesitate a moment, looking at my hands,
Yep.
go back to the mirror, and just get a good look at myself.
You are Lupin. The features are indisputable. Your black and gray fur.
New?
Same green eyes.
This... You... Doran, you cast Remove Curse, yes? Only Remove Curse.
Yes, I only cast Remove Curse.
Wolfram just sort of eyes darting to nowhere in particular. Just absolutely flabbergasted.
I'm as confused as you are, mate. I didn't expect this at all. But regardless, come here. Get closer.
Oh, I'm still here.
He kind of
Yeah,
approaches you as he does, kind of reaches up. Now you much more like of a height difference than you were before, as he reaches up and kind of brushes his hand through the fur on your neck. A sensation that isn't unpleasurable. And he says, the wound is gone. Whatever it is, it's gone. But, well, friend, you have some explaining to do.
Do I?
Yes, what is this? As long as I've known you, you definitely have not been a fucking Lupin. Not that I have any problems with Lupin, Cerberus. You're all great. It's just kind of a shock to the system that one of my best friends is obviously not as he seemed.
How in the hells do you think I feel?
Still, you don't know anything?
Wolfram just
Mavra, you can't
there.
pull your eyes away from the big, bushy, like wolf, almost husky-like tail sticking out the back of his armor. Kind of.
Well, he wouldn't be armored right now.
Well, yeah, sticking out the back of his clothes. Kind of moving back and forth. Reminds you of somebody you knew once, but you can't quite put your finger on who.
I saw... Wait a minute. I need fresh air. As Wolfram goes to walk and just falls over.
Yeah. Doran rushes to try to help you. Take it easy, mate. Think things are a little bit different than you remember.
Yep. Yep. Alright. This is gonna be an adjustment. He gets back up, starts slowly walking to, well, I mean, slowly just getting used to walking again.
Oh, this will be amusing.
As you're walking around, taking almost baby steps. Take it easy there, mate. You gotta learn to walk before you can run. Slow it down.
I'm fine. I've been walking for how many years?
Well, are we
This
counting the
isn't too
times
much
that you were
different.
laying on the ground on the battlefield? So, obviously, we need to have a talk with, well, somebody about this. I don't understand this at all.
But who then? A high-ranking priest?
High-ranking priest that deals with, what, transformations into fucking furred creatures?
So what? A mage? Those nerdy book boys?
Someone, a scholar, something. But this happened due to the removed curse, so I wonder if some spell or something was put on you.
It
But
must have been. When you cast your spell, I saw things. My past, I think.
And what, you were a Lupin in your past?
I don't think so. No, definitely not.
So what did you see?
I saw two people. didn't recognize Lupin. They handed something off to my parents.
Handed something off?
Something, a cloth bundle of God's knows what.
Doesn't make any sense. Who were your parents?
They were farmers. That's simple folk. We lived.
At this point, there is a party knock on the tavern door. About 4:30, 5 in the morning. There is a rapid knocking on the tavern door.
Are we expecting anyone?
Visitors at this time. I'm pulling my axe out as I walk over to the door.
Okay.
Anybody mind if I get it?
Sure, go ahead.
I'll knock an arrow.
Knocking an arrow.
Riven will
Wolfrin doesn't have his sword.
Summon his spear.
I go ahead and crack the door open a little bit.
You see a man. Well, do you want to describe yourself, Lionel?
About 5'11", brown hair, brown eyes.
Yeah, you see this man in full plate armor of bronze and black, a red cloth kind of draped over his shoulders, standing there in the doorway. He does wear a Adventurers Guild pendant. Seems like he is silver ranked.
Afraid you might have wandered into the wrong place. The bar is it's a little late for the bar to be open right now. Can I help you, sir?
I am actually looking for the party that calls themselves Morkala.
Well, I guess you might not be in the wrong place after all. Can I guess ask what you might be wanting them for?
I am actually looking for a man named Wolfriend.
Interesting.
Smear, who is it?
I don't think I caught your name, sir.
Lionel, sir.
Riven? It's a man named Lionel. Wolfriend, it seems to be for you. I'm gonna go ahead and open the door a bit further and let him in.
My clothes got a little wrecked during the whole transformation, didn't they?
Yeah, it's a Hulk scenario where you have a little bit of your pants left.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Why does it smell like a wet dog in here?
Just enough to keep it tasteful.
Only just.
He's from the Adventurers Guild, I guess.
Looking for me.
Yes, I have some information that I need to pass along. But it's kind of important. It needs to be discreet.
Is it so important that it can't wait for me to
Put some pants on?
Yes, I think I can
Wolfram
wait for you to get
looks
some
down.
pants
Oh.
on.
Wolfriend,
This is-
You might be able to borrow some of my clothes. We're a bit closer to the same size now.
Of course.
Either way, I just need to get a meeting.
Right, well, let the man get dressed. As tasteful as this might be, I'm sure we don't want to see him walking around half naked all day.
Absolutely
Right.
not.
Let me just... Wolfram takes a step and falls over again.
My boy, please, get up. You're embarrassing yourself. As Cerberus reaches down and begins to lift you off the ground.
Yep.
Here, come with me back to our room. I have a small bit of supplies that we can get into. It doesn't take long. He wears very similar clothes to what you would wear anyway, kind of blackish underclothes, just enough to protect him from the rubbing of armor and stuff like that, as he hands over some additional clothing to you. Right, so time to get back to whoever this messenger from the guild. Oh, sounds like he wants a private conversation with you all.
Right. Ought to just usher him in with the, into, the private room here.
That is fine. Whatever you need to do, Wilfriend. It's good to see you like this, though. You look much better, I will say. Much more regal and handsome. Before you were like hairless ape, now you're like regal wolf dog.
Wolfram gives the weirdest, like... He doesn't quite know how to smile yet. But it gets the emotion across.
Good boy. Alright. Hey,
Good boy.
I think Wolfriend is wanting you all to go into that room to have this discussion. It sounds like it maybe not be our business.
Alright, I'll just go into this room here then.
Man just begins walking through the establishment.
In the intervening time, Wolfriend has put his armor back on and his cloak. So
Okay. Has the armor changed in appearance at all?
slightly, it's how do I attract? I don't know how to articulate this. I mean, it
I would
has
try
to
doing
change
it with
to
words.
True. I mean, it does, to a degree, have to change because of, you know, the new physicality. It's, you know, it's still the same dark... where before it looked like kind of a dark iron, it looks more like a dark steel at this point. It's a little more refined looking in places. Still definitely imposing. But there's some additional accommodations for like the general changes in anatomy.
Right.
Including an armored tail, which is mostly covered up by the cloak, but it's there. Trust me.
So as you all sit, you kind of pull the curtains to block any outside vision. Oh, Lionel, you have them all alone.
Well, you were here to
Alright.
see me?
Yes, I have questions concerning an encounter that Aramanthus had with the Iron Brand and Father Von Walgali.
Right.
Are you aware of the condition that Aramanthus is in right now?
He's been missing for a few days now.
Okay, well, last night Aramanthus was discovered in a dire state, and his injuries suggest that he was potentially tortured.
You found him. Free.
Yes, he was quickly secured within the confines of the guild, and is now currently under our protection.
Well, that's good.
Oh, thank
And
God.
And we are aware of your connections with him.
Right.
I'm here to collect, or potentially collect. Hopefully, you have any information that could shed some light to this incident.
Well, it was taken by the Iron Brand. The rest of the normal inhabitants, and I suppose the owners of this establishment, they've been scattered or
So,
otherwise found dead.
in this conversation, when he says Father Van Wall Galley, it takes a moment, and then you get a brief glimpse of the memories you had where you saw the same man's face standing over your parents' bodies and chasing after you.
Yeah. We were tracking down Father Van Wall Galley. We, as Wolfrin just kind of trails off, seeming pretty distracted.
Are you still there, Wolfriend?
Nothing.
Nothing.
He's not saying anything.
You don't get a response.
Wolfriend, are you alright?
Yes, I was just thinking. There's a lot of dots being connected right now.
What are those?
It's a personal matter. Not relevant to the current case, I don't think.
Okay, but
Anyways.
any information that could help us figure out what it was that caused the encounter between the Iron Brand and whatever involvement Father Von Walgali had, it could help us figure out what exactly happened and why it happened.
Who exactly from the Adventurers Guild sent you?
That would be Darvok Blockscale. He is our guild leader currently.
Alright.
You're saying you're not a Iron Brand double agent?
No, sir.
Insight check, no.
Roll an insight check.
Insight check.
It's a valid check.
Well, you know what? Yeah, yes, actually.
Alright.
Insight.
Lionel, I need you to switch it to message to just a DM. So whisper to DM. And either roll persuasion or deception, depending on if you are telling the truth or lying.
Whisper to DM and
Either persuasion or deception, whether you are telling the truth or lying.
how do I do that?
So at the top of your sheet, it's already on to DM. So just on your skills on the left side, either click deception or click persuasion. So deception's towards the top, persuasion's towards the bottom. If you're lying, do deception. If you're telling the truth, do persuasion.
So, why do I need to whisper to DM?
Because I don't want them to know what you rolled.
Okay. So, do I hit enter first and then hit roll, or? Oh,
Just hit
You
2
just gotta click
GM
it.
and then just click either deception or persuasion,
that didn't-
like we did with your weapon attacks earlier, and your athletics
Right.
check earlier that we tested.
Right. I get that.
Hmm?
But so if I go into the chat on
No, go
roll
into your
call-
character sheet.
Okay.
and then on your skills box, the one on the left side, either click
Right.
the deception skill or the persuasion skill. It'll automatically roll it for you.
Okay.
There we go. He seems truthful.
Well, we know that the boars here were targeted. Erymanthus was captured along with one other who has also escaped custody. Beyond that, we're still working out particulars.
What kind of particulars are we talking about here?
Well, where Father Vanwell Galley is in this city, for one. How we might effectively neutralize him.
And what is it that causes for his neutralization?
Well, he's known for working with the Iron Brand. And I'm sure you don't need much introduction on them. But in case you do, they've been above
Right,
board.
right.
They're mostly known as poachers. However, they're known to deal with slaves in quieter circles. And as of late, they've been dealing more and more with something of the occult.
And is it possible that Von Walgali could be involved in this occult?
We're certain of it.
So the Temple of the Lawbearers, is that just a ruse, or?
I'm unsure.
We didn't really get a chance to look around.
Well, they were hiding a giant memory-eating hydra beneath it, so possibly.
That is true. They did have that big thingy there. Which nearly killed us, but that's beside the point.
Mm-hmm.
Gods, and this thing was in the city?
Mm-hmm.
It's taken care of now.
Okay.
And it somehow...
And do you think that any of this could have had anything to do with Erymanthus's original disappearance?
Well, does he remember what happened to him?
Because its whole thing is making you forget stuff, so if he remembers it, then it can't be that.
You would remember it now.
Mm-hmm.
That is true.
Well, then maybe it might be worth checking out the temple. And then maybe also talking with Erymanthus. Maybe Erymanthus might shed some light if he sees Wolfran. Of course,
Yes.
maybe not in this state.
You said Erymanthus was in guild custody?
Yes.
Or protection, rather.
Yes, he is under the Adventurers Guild protection right now.
So why would they send somebody that we don't know?
They sent me to investigate because we knew that Wolfran was involved with Erymanthus. Well, they didn't send me to investigate. They sent me to acquire information and to pass along this, but to also acquire as much intel as I can discreetly.
The Adventure's Guild
Well,
does love taking
I
the
will-
long ways.
I think it will also help to mention that this matter is sensitive.
No,
Right. But I'd see them sending somebody that we at least knew, especially since it's sensitive.
Well, I'm not entirely familiar here. I've been doing a lot of adventuring, and my face isn't known completely here, other than as the Silver Wind.
The Silver Wind does ring true in a couple of your ears, Riven and Mavra. You guys have heard that name tossed around the guild, just talking about how he usually is out adventuring solo. He doesn't really mesh with parties. He does when he absolutely needs to, but if possible, he prefers to take jobs alone. But from what you've heard, he is very, very capable.
Well, why didn't you lead with that?
Normally, I don't have to. I'm sorry, I should have mentioned that before.
Something's still a bit off, but if we have the same goal, then I don't see why we shouldn't work together, but
So, do we need to go to the Adventurers Guild now?
we should. I'd do well to see how your Amanthus is doing.
You'll hear no disagreement from me.
well,
Might-
right now, oh, in the middle of the night. And Riven actually looks like really, really
Okay,
bad
we
with
get
his, with his like dark bangs over his eyes after being woken up like that.
Well, I might add, with it being this early in the morning, it might be a good idea to check out the temple right now.
DM, have we had a full rest?
Mavra, you have, because you are an elf.
What? Yeah. How about everybody else?
No, and everybody else has not had a full rest.
We're still pretty spent.
No, I'm gonna fall asleep right here, so someone will have to carry me back to my roof. And he just falls asleep right there.
Oh, I
We,
don't never understand how he does that.
well, we did only do battle with the false Hydra under the temple just today. We're still very much in pain. We just need the night to recuperate our ether, and then we should be good to go for any reconnaissance.
Okay, so you guys want me to come back then? At a certain time, or I need to report back
5
to
hours.
I mean, you did say that it's beneficial to go at night, correct?
Yeah, most likely the church will have very few people in it, if any, other than clergy that actually live in the temple at this time.
Why don't we meet you at the guilds as the day passes and we go tomorrow night?
Seems wise to do so. We needn't be so hasty.
Would definitely give us time to rejuvenate and possibly even restock after everything.
Yeah, whatever. Let's just sleep.
Okay, that should be fine. I need to report back to Darvok anyways. Just keep in mind that this is for the security of the city, and we are trying to keep everything as hush-hush as possible to limit any potential damage.
Sure.
You need to tell us.
We don't want to cause panic.
I'm dragging
Understandable.
Riven off to bed.
We don't know the extent of the Iron Brand's operations in this city. They very well could be incredibly expansive.
Exactly.
It would behoove you to exercise caution as well.
Potentially, they could do much, much worse than just slave and poach. But I guess I'll let you guys get your rest. And I will see myself out.
Lionel, you head back to report to Darvok. Rest of you? However, you walk over to the bar and the wolves turn to look at you and Doran says, "So, what was all that about? Anything important?"
Very important, but I don't think it my place to tell you. Wolfred need tell you.
Doran kind of cocks his head sideways at you and then says in Elven, "Will this be better for you?"
You speak Elvish?
Yeah, we're not all as stupid as Wolfriend is.
Let it be known that I speak Velgaran, Abyssal, and Celestial in addition to Common.
Those are
not
required.
Elvish.
Those ones are required to learn when you join the Evan Fang.
It's not even in
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Yes, this is much better. But I think it's Wolfren's place to tell you because it has to do with, your friend.
My friend? What do you mean?
Tall man, burly, muscular, very kind. Warm
You're a-
hugs.
Euromanthus?
Yes.
Wolfriend, what is this news about Euromanthus? And why did that guy turn into a slime?
That's how he sleeps. It's okay.
I'm not entirely sure that's okay.
It's okay. I've known him my whole life. It's fine.
Right. Regardless, what is it about Euromanthus that man had to come tell you?
He's escaped the clutches of the Iron Brand, somehow. He's badly hurt, tortured, but he's alive.
Where is he? Let's go.
In Adventurers Guild protection, apparently.
Why aren't we all gearing up and heading out then?
We're still...
Well,
Doran, we must give them time to rest. It's a long night, and sounds like it's about to get longer.
where he is, he's safe.
Well, but how the Iron Brand operates, we can't be sure of that, little miss.
Darvok wouldn't let anything happen to him.
I do not know this Darvok, but perhaps you are correct, perhaps you are incorrect. Regardless, we shall not risk ourselves going out half-cocked, as some might say.
Right.
I
We're still hurt
agree.
badly and entirely divested of ether.
Yes, well, I can take watch. I've already had my rest. while you all get some more. When daylight comes, we can all head out to talk to Yaramantis. Did
Yes.
that Lionel man tell you anything else? Have any of the other boars been found?
No.
He did not say.
Thus far, we only have Euramanthus, Lunola, and searching my notes for his name. Did I not write it down?
First of all, you didn't write it down the first time, and I retold you. If you didn't write it down
my
the second
God.
time,
Are you talking
it-
about
was it
the one that
Brom?
we found that was diseased?
No, the one that was killed in the alley.
yeah, that's Brom.
Brown. Okay, I did remember his name.
But did you write it down?
No.
You know who did write it down?
Me?
Me?
I'm not gonna lie, you guys. My notes have fallen off really hard.
Okay, Scruff McGruff, we understand.
Might be dated with bullet
Oh my
points on me.
God.
You're not the same.
Despite Wolfren's poor note-taking, he is in fact dressed up in a Sherlock Holmes-style outfit with a pipe that does have, like, tobacco in it. He's not actually smoking it, he's just doing it because he thinks it makes him look cool.
I was gonna say the pipe blows bubbles, but you know that works too.
Mavra's laughing so much because she is currently in deep training, so she's trapped herself in a machine that tickles her with feathers at all times.
So that's what's been going on.
Anyways, we should get some rest.
Yes,
You know.
we should all get some rest. Let Lyra take watch. And, well, that happens, we can all get some much needed slumber. Hopefully, not interrupted this time. Right, Wolfriend?
Just an
I will say,
awkward smile.
I hope you don't mind. Your feet will hang off of beds now.
Hmm.
Right then, well, Wolfriend, I'm not sure you are short enough for me to play some of my pranks on you, as I have in the past, but I will figure something out.
You're creative. I mean, come on. You remember the thing with the the player behind Wolfren is so terrible at coming up with things on the fly. When it pertains to previous events.
Are you talking about the time that I tied a ribbon around your leg and you trailed it all over Ebon Keep? Or are you
No,
talking about the
no.
time I put the fireworks in your boot?
No, it was the well, those were good too. I'm going to bed. I'm exhausted.
I am too.
And there's Riven just snoring loudly.
Doran kind of looks at you, Mavra, and then looks at Lyra. Right then, well, I'll let you two take care of this. You seem bright-eyed and bushy-tailed enough. Please, don't hesitate to come get me if you need me, Nidira. Right, of course, Doran. Please, get some good rest.
The benefits of being elvish.
Lyra kind of goes and sits next to you at the bar. So, Mavra, is it?
Mm-hmm.
It's very nice to make your acquaintance. I really do hope Wolfren hasn't given you too much trouble.
Wolfriend is a wonderful friend and ally.
You are Tirkarin, yes?
Mm-hmm.
As am
Yes,
I.
from the Blightwood.
Near our homeland. I was raised a slave in the theocracy most of my life.
I'm sorry to hear that.
No, it's in the past, many years ago. But
Have you been to the homeland?
no, I don't really think I have a place there. I mean, I'm with the Ebon
All
Fang.
elves have a place there.
Well, not all elves have done things that I've done. I mean, when you're fighting for survival on a daily basis, you do some pretty ungodly things.
Yeah,
But it's
you know
fine. I've
about that.
found solace with the wolves and Ebon Fang. So
They give you purpose?
they give me what?
Do they give you purpose?
Oh. Well, spent most of their lives growing up. The three young ones, Wolfriend and Doran. But those two boys, the stories I could tell. But Arya, she was the troublemaker. Always chasing those boys around, raising hell.
I've met her.
Good to see Wolfriend has made some new friends. He can be a bit, well, more than a bit brooding.
Brooding, reclusive, a little bit cold.
Yeah, all three of the above. He means well, though. His family was taken from him at a young age. He traveled with some people for a while, but they were, well, I guess taken from him in another way. He joined around, well, he was on the verge of becoming an adult, I guess, 16, 17 years old. Didn't know anything, though. Didn't know anything about anything other than vengeance. That kind of stuff you need to train, or else it can... Unchecked vengeance is not what we need in this world, I can tell you that.
Thank you for saying that.
Why thank me?
I'm struggling with unchecked vengeance, and I need, on occasion, a sobering influence.
Oh. If you'd like, I could hit you. That's how I usually sober Wolfriend and Doran up.
No, I respond to gentler enforcement.
Oh, well. She kind of stands up, and she's slightly taller than you, and she kind of just puts her hand on your head and pats your head, and she says, "From what I can tell, you're doing good."
Thank you.
There's a moment where it's almost like a feeling you remember from your family and your mother kind of reassuring you. And you see a bit of your mother in Lyra's eyes and her face.
God, I miss you.
Miss me? I haven't gone anywhere.
I'm sorry, that was an inside thought that came to the outside. I recently lost my family.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Did it happen what I hear, the Blightwood burned down.
My family and my people were murdered.
Take it was the Iron Brand who did it?
Yes.
As I said, unchecked vengeance we do not need, but deserved vengeance we will deliver.
Every time I think about what they did to those people, seeing my people burn and bloodied and on the ground, I just seethe with rage. And as Mavra says that, there's like little twinges of electricity coming off of her hands and shoulders.
Oh, calm down. No need to get far deep into thought. Don't want to end up with a bad hair day.
I'm sorry.
No need to apologize. Never apologize for feeling your feelings.
Thank you for this.
For what? Talking with you? You-
Yeah, as silly as it sounds, I don't do this anymore. Converse, I mean.
Why not? You have... Seems like a good group of people around you. Also, you don't need to thank me for talking with you. This would have been a really dreadful, boring 4 hours if we didn't say anything.
I mean, we could have been drinking and eating. That's what the boys usually do. That's how they bond. They
Yes.
drink and they eat and they conceal their feelings.
That's an issue Wilfred has. Sometimes you just have to punch it right out of him. Usually works for me.
Maybe I should try that on Riven.
You the one that kind of smells off?
Yeah, he's gotten better. I've been trying to get him at least weekly baths. He's like a dog.
Well, Wilfred's definitely like a dog now.
Yeah, I suppose he is, but much cleaner than Riven still.
I have to agree with that. So, what's next for you all after the Iron Brand is defeated? All of that. I mean, you have the Harbinger with you, or so you say.
Well, there's defeating the Iron Brand, and there's preventing the end of the world and freeing our friend Zephyrion from bondage in the theocracy. In no particular order. Those would seem to be our priorities.
Well, defeating the Iron Brand is a tall task within itself. I don't even know who the actual leader is. Saving the world is a little too much to put on 4 people's shoulders.
And that's why we make friends, isn't it?
I guess I don't have very many friends, just my family.
Well, we're friends now.
I appreciate that. Hopefully we can stay friends for, well, as long as possible.
I don't see our paths ever crossing in a way that would cause a disagreement where we would no longer be friends.
I'm not worried about disagreements, I'm worried about death. We're all walking a very, very thin line in our line of work.
I have nothing to live for except vengeance, so if I die, it's not a significant loss.
Not a significant loss. I got additional sounds coming through. Who is hot micing? That would be Daniel.
I don't know how.
Well, I'm muting you for now, Daniel.
That's fine.
Am I still hot micing? I am.
Walk again.
Yay!
There we go. No longer having sound issues. Sorry about that. Okay. So, carrying on.
I think it was your turn to talk.
Right. What do you mean you don't have anything to live for? You have 3 people in there who very much obviously care for you. You don't wish to live for them? I'm sure they would give everything for you.
And I would give everything for them, but
Vengeance is a very steep road. If you don't keep it checked, you will fall. Falling's the last thing you want to do. I understand you lost your family, but what would they think if they saw you running with reckless abandon towards a fate that definitely do not deserve? I don't want to speak out of turn, but if I was your mother, it's not something I would want.
can I confide something into you?
Yes, of course, anything.
There's a level of guilt that I have for even leaving the Blightwood in the first place. See, I don't know how much of elven culture you're familiar with, seeing as you were enslaved. But I was the first in line to take over after my mother. But I left to find my own way, and it was so selfish of me. But I wanted adventure more than I wanted the responsibility, and I left, and a year later, they're all gone. And I can't help but feel like if I was there to do my duty, things could have been different.
As you're in this conversation, your head kind of turned down as you're explaining this. You feel arms kind of pull around you, look up, and being pulled into Lyra's chest. Poor thing. Wanting freedom is not a bad thing. Responsibility isn't something that should be forced upon you. Believe me when I say everyone should be free. You are not responsible for what happened in the Blightwood. If you were there, you wouldn't have garnered the experience that you would have out in the outside world. You were there, you might have perished as well. And as now your friend, is definitely not something I would have wanted to happen. Kinda just pulls you into a very, very strong hug.
I'm going to return the hug. It's been literally years since she's been held like this. Mother kind of starts to cry silently into Lyra's embrace.
Just stroking your hair and just kind of sitting there. Feel her head kind of lean over onto yours. Night goes on. Eventually daylight comes. Wolfriend, you wake up. A visitor in your bed. as Arya has now wrapped herself around your tail and is like sleeping towards the bottom of the bed.
Absolute best
She's-
behavior.
Still asleep?
Yep.
Just, I'm just gonna try and peek my head up around, see, if anyone else is awake.
You see Doran is still sleeping in the chair, and Cerberus is still passed out on the bed, snoring like a monsoon. And Arya is just kind of like cuddled up on your tail, drooling a little bit. There's a moment where she moves, but she just buries her face further into your fur.
What am I gonna do? Move? No, it's like a cat in your lap situation. So I'm just gonna lie in bed.
Yep. Lyra looks at you, Mavra, and says, "Do you want to go grab Wolfriend and the others? I'm gonna make some breakfast."
You cooked, you?
I do. If I didn't cook, the wolves would starve, to be honest.
Tell me about it. It's the same with Marcola.
Yeah.
I've been raising children all the time. I'll grab everyone. Everyone,
You see the most
excuse me?
adorable thing. Wolfriend is just sitting there looking defeated.
I can't say I didn't. I'm gonna look over. I can't say I didn't have the exact same thought.
Wolfram just sort of smiles.
Well, rouse her gently. Yara is making breakfast. Which is quite the welcome change, actually, come to think of it.
Wolfriend, as she exits the room, it clicks in your mind, Lyra's making breakfast.
Slime.
Lyra has never cooked a meal that I would say is delicious. It will have the sustenance needed, but it will not be good in any sense of the word. But anytime anyone has ever questioned her cooking ability, was immediately hit. And you have put up with her cooking for many a year, up until these last few months that you've been traveling alone.
Boy. I'll just try and pry my tail away from
Squishy.
As you
Oh,
do, Arya begins to awake as she kind of leans up, a little bit of drool on her cheek, and like starts rubbing her eye with one hand, looking at you. She goes, "I was sleeping."
Yeah, well, it's time to get up anyways, so. Arya's cooking.
Wait, what? She immediately runs to the window and starts to try to open it, but it is sealed shut. Doran, Cerberus, Lyra's cooking. Somebody break this window open.
I have an idea. We can salvage this.
Okay, You
We
know
get
for a
Mavra
fact
to
we
cook
cannot.
with her.
You know for a fact we cannot salvage that woman's cooking. We cut back to the kitchen where Lyra is just humming a gentle tune while she is mixing a broiling pot that does not look edible or safe to eat in any sense of the word.
I have an idea. And I'll,
Doran, Doran,
come out.
he is a dead man. We need to get out of here. Right, I'm already on top of it. If she's in the kitchen, there's a good chance we can get out the front door before she even notices we're gone. They start packing all their stuff up. As they do, Cerberus kind of goes behind them, and there's two large paws on each of their shoulders. Says, now, let's not disingenuate the favor that Lyra is doing us, but you two will be eating my fill. As he pushes them out of the doorway.
Mavra, you, Lyra's cooking, apparently.
Yeah. She
think
said
it might
she's like
be-
me, but for the wolves.
About you don't think she needs a hand? I mean, she is
She
cooking
seems
for...
pretty.
I'll come down
She
and
seems
whisper.
pretty capable.
Trust me on this.
Out of character,
some
Mavra
guidance.
whips up some fucking Gordon Ramsay shit, like out of nothing. Okay, sorry.
Seriously, it would behoove you to at least check in.
The doors to the kitchen open, and
too late.
Lyra is coming out with a large pot. Ah, Wolfriend, I made your favorite breakfast stew. There is a viscous smoke coming off the top of this stew pot. All right.
I like pop up, rubbing my eyes. Food.
Alrighty, everybody, take a seat at the bar.
I give Mavra the you know the side eye that dogs will give you sometimes?
Yeah.
Is that
I'll go make some bread and cheese.
Food.
Alrighty. As she sets out bowls for everybody. Wolfriend, come on. It's gonna get cold. Need to get some more meat on them bones. She begins plopping this. There's in the first bowl, Wolfriend, your bowl, there is a whole onion. All right, here you go, Wolfriend. Uzmir, Doran, Arya, and Cerberus. Where's that Riven boy?
still asleep like as not?
Well, Doran, why don't you go rouse him? Everyone else eat up. Doran looks relieved. Right, I'll get right on rousing up that Riven boy. Don't you worry. As he begins slowly backing away from the counter, he's like, Wolfriend, eat your fill, mate. You know how much you love breakfast stew. He disappears.
Mavra comes out with a big platter full of jams and cheeses and warm, sweet, fresh-smelling, fresh-baked bread.
Oh, Mavra, here, hand that over here.
I like toast with my breakfast.
That's fine. So she lets you grab a piece of toast and put some jam or butter on it, and takes the platter, kind of sets it to the side. All right, everyone eat up while I go ahead and I'll just make some assortments of jam and butter toast. Thank you very much, Mavra. Wilfriend. Or not Wilfriend, Riven, mate, wake up. You feel slapping against your boots.
5 more minutes.
Riven. Our friend Lyra has cooked breakfast. I need you to go out there and eat. Please let Lyra know that I am indisposed. I really had to use the restroom.
Alright. I had a horrible dream of Lucian suddenly finding me, and then I got strangled.
I don't know who that is, but please just go enjoy your meal. Let Lyra know that I am using the restroom, and I will be back as soon as I can.
Alright, Oi, Catboy is escaping.
You mean Catboy's escaping?
Ruin just goes like Catboy is escaping.
What do you mean
really
he's
is a dick.
escaping?
Well, he went to use the bathroom, so I don't know, something. Yeah, he didn't want to eat apparently.
Well, here, sit right here. And then she pours you a bowl. It seems normal at first. This breakfast stew has chunks of something in it. It's hard to tell at this point in time. All right, eat your fill, everybody. Who wants some bread and butter or jam?
Also, surprisingly, Riven just gulps down the entire stew. Coming from the slums, he's like, yeah, this is good.
It's nothing warranting a Constitution saving throw. It is not good at all.
I'm still eating it half-eyed. So sleepy.
Riven no longer has taste buds. He's like, yeah, this is sustenance.
Arya and Cerberus are very slowly attempting to eat it. What about you, Wolfriend?
I mean, he's eating
the
it.
whole long hand.
And then she pours you a bowl as well, Mavra. Here, Mavra, enjoy, please.
Thank you so much.
Anytime. What are friends for?
Sleight of hand.
She begins passing out some buttered and jammed bread, which Arya and Cerberus immediately just scarf down. Does anyone want seconds?
Sure, why not? Bring that here.
Pours you a second bowl. Arya and Cerberus just kind of nod their heads no, and then Arya goes, no, I'm quite full already. But thank you. Cerberus is just vigorously shaking his head no, with a mouthful of bread. What about you, Wolfriend? I know it's been a while since you've had my cooking.
I'm still,
You can say it. Don't worry. I always value
kinda...
criticism.
Well, his face is wildly different, so he's kind of struggling a bit.
What's wrong, Wolfriend? Not enough sugar? Is it the nutmeg?
I'll just
Or-
gesture vaguely to my face. This wasn't like this last time I ate.
Oh, you noticed. I accidentally bumped a whole jar of curry powder into it, but I think I salvaged it pretty well. There's a burbling in your soup as like what looks like some sort of fish eye or something kind of floats to the top and turns, almost looking at you. And Lyra just has the most genuine smile on her face right now.
I walk over here and just kind of still half-eyed look at her, and I'm like, food.
Arya gladly pushes the bowl to you.
It's gone.
Cerberus pushes his towards you too.
Food.
There you go, lad. Eat your fill. So, Wolfriend, what's the verdict? Good, bad?
I think he loves it.
Well, he usually
I
does
think-
love my cooking.
I think he wants thirds.
I do. The food's fine. It's just
Fine?
He wants more.
the mechanics of
Wants an entire pot, it seems.
No, I don't know how to eat with this face yet.
Well, friend, all 4 of us finished ours.
I know. I'm trying.
Do you need help?
Just-
Do I need to? She kind of jumps over the counter and puts a very heavy hand on your shoulder and grabs the spoon in your bowl and kind of takes a big kind of gloopy mass of this and just kind of starts pushing it towards your mouth. Open wide, Wolfriend.
I'm not a child.
Well, you don't know how to eat like this yet, so I'm just trying to help. And she shoves the spoon in your mouth. It is the most sour, unpleasant taste you've ever tasted before.
Oh, that's gotta be heightened by his sense of smell.
Oh yeah.
See? Not bad, isn't it?
Oh, poor Wolfriend, it's worse than you remember.
Salt. Need salt? Alrighty. Next time I'll put more salt in it. From the looks of it, we'll be around for a few days at least, so don't worry. Tomorrow will be much better.
Wonderful.
Does anyone want thirds? And she slaps this big ass pot on the counter.
No,
So,
I think
Wolfriend-
I'm good.
You want a third, Wolfriend?
Malvra, how are you faring with it?
Grinning
Barbara,
and bearing it after all of the kindness she showed me.
Oh.
And the thing is,
Like I'll take
Lyra seems so
a few. I'll take a few. No. I'm taking like a few big spoonfuls while like holding my breath and like just knocking it back, and then I would take my jam and bread to like try to take the edge off of the horrible flavor.
Mm-hmm. The thing is, Lyra seems so genuinely happy. Oh, right. Where's Doran at? Oh, I'll save him a couple bowls. He usually eats quite his fill. He pours a couple bowls and then sets them to the side.
I would save him the entire pot, to be honest, since he loves it a lot.
Well, we'll put it in the cellar, and if when we get back, we can have it for dinner.
Sounds good to me.
We'll heat it up. I'll add a little bit more salt. I mean, I added 6 cups of salt, so I don't know why it would need more, but... Kind of disappears into the cellar for a moment.
So, what are we supposed to do today? Ribbon seems like really...
I'm sorry,
like,
6 cups of salt.
She did try to kill us.
Fuck's sake.
6 cups of salt, 2 cups of sugar, a 1/4 cup of black pepper, a whole jar of curry powder. That one was an accident, though. Oi, Wolfriend. Where'd the gorilla go? Also, why do you have such a sour look on your face? Oh, is she putting the leftovers down there or something? Well, I will make sure I am scarce at dinner time. Luckily, I didn't have to deal with eating any of that. Although that bread looks pretty good. She grabs some of the bread.
Oh, don't worry. I told her to save you 2 bowls.
Why would you do that?
Communal punishment.
That woman does not know, and as he's saying this, you see Lyra start cresting up from the cellar. As... God damn it. Says, that woman does not know, and then he sees Lyra, and he's like, but the finest cooking techniques. He goes, Doran, I did save you 2 bowls. I know how hungry you get. Doran now looks just defeated as he begins just slowly walking over to a seat. 2 bowls are thrust in front of him. He reluctantly begins eating it. She kind of looks on at him with a genuine smile, and he's like, I think it needs salt. Right, so, our friend, what is the plan? Do we go to the temple? It probably is pretty busy right now. Or do we go to the guild and talk with Euromantis?
The temple can wait till nightfall. 'Tis best we check on Euromanthus.
Very well. Should we all go? Or just a few of us? How do we want to break this up?
Well, at least one of you should come along. I don't think he'd... Well...
I think if we all showed up at the Adventurers Guild, they might get a bit worried. I don't know how you guys are viewed there, but...
Well, we are not exactly members of the Adventurers Guild, but we don't work actively against them.
Well, I am, technically. But I'm something of an exception.
Yes, something of an exception. But regardless, if it's not a good idea for all of us to show up, then it's not a good idea. We wolves might be able to perform some reconnaissance on the temple while you all talk to Euromantis.
Sounds good as long as you don't get caught.
If we get caught, there will not be any witnesses.
That's kind of what I'm worried about.
Look, you haven't seen Arya and Doran work. They are very good at what they do.
Oh, fighting, absolutely. Being sneaky, I'm not quite sold just yet.
I'm just gonna...
There's a moment, Riven, where you're saying this, and then you realize that your coin pouch is floating next to your head, and you turn to look at it, and then you turn over and you see Arya, who is currently moving her hand around. Believe me, if it's being sneaky, I guarantee I outpace you any day.
Alright, so Arya, and then who else?
Doran's pretty light on his feet too, but not as good as I am.
Can I have that back, please?
What, this? And she
Yes,
kind of
that.
tosses it to you.
Riven tries to catch it.
Yeah, you catch it pretty easily.
Why do I keep getting pickpocketed?
Because you kind of keep your coin purse tied to the outside of your pants, it makes you a fairly easy mark. I'd keep it more hidden if I were you.
You're not supposed to put it like that. I thought it was kind of like cool looking, but
It's not, it just makes you a really easy target for pickpocketers.
where do you put it, Mavra?
What?
The coin purse. Apparently, I can't put it here, so I need a different
What?
place.
I'll show you later.
Yeah, you will.
Riven just full on blushes.
Anyway.
Mavra innocently, meaning she just doesn't want her secret place to get out.
Yeah. Mara definitely doesn't want her secret place to get out.
Oh.
our secret coin purse hiding place. And no, she doesn't keister it before you say that dumb shit.
It's Paloth.
Paloth is just a
Paloth is your
living
coin
coin purse.
It is definitely the prison wallet.
Right then, you all go talk to Euramanthus, Wolfriend, and we'll scout out the temple, see if we can find any ends.
Right. Sounds like a plan.
All right then. As Riven turns himself back to his Riven blonde hair elf form.
Riven.
I like this. I even have a name for this person thingy. It's Kivin.
Riven?
Riven Kivin.
At least change the cheekbones.
Yes. Wolfriend, yes, Mavra. He seems so disappointed. It's just like, it changes the cheekbones. Better? Right? Better.
Mm-hmm.
It'll do.
Okay. Alright. Remember, my name is Kivin while I'm like this.
Change that too.
Why? It's entirely different than Riven.
Is too close to your name.
See, I haven't been, well, what's a good elvish name? Irios? Tyler?
We'll call you Kyrian. How about that?
Okay, I'm Kyrian.
So, you all begin to head out, going your separate ways with the wolves. Cool. Up real quick. So that means I can use my new loading screen. Do. Brought to you by Reddit.
Nothing good ever happens there.
Nothing good ever happens.
Also, I'm guessing this is the 28th of Decadent.
Is. Alrighty. This. Drag and drop it. Is it gonna be massive? It is gonna be massive. There you go, Riven. There's your blonde-haired elf. Alright, back to the action.
Can I also like drag him there about at will, or is it just like, do I have to?
Here I can make it to where you.
Thank you.
Alright, you should have a blonde-haired elf in your journal now.
Yep.
Okay. So, as you all head out to the Adventurers Guild, any... You need more loading. You guys get to the outside of the Adventurers Guild and it is closed up.
Oh, that's odd.
Yeah, was there another bombing that we didn't know about?
Also, you guys can all regen all your health and everything. There's the long rest button on.
Yay.
What are you guys doing? The door is locked. Not a lot of commotion going on from the inside. It is about 9 in the morning right now.
Yes, the polite thing to do would be to knock. If my courtesy classes are to be believed.
Can't heard.
Lionel, you hear knocking on the door as Darvok says, "Lionel, please, go answer the door, but be cautious."
So I walk over and I open the door.
As you crack open the door, you see Wolf. You see the group that you spoke to last night.
I take it you guys are here to see Euromanthus?
And Darthok, if possible.
Yeah, of course.
How is he?
Give me just a moment.
Is
Let
he
me go
well?
talk to Darvok.
No.
You guys see the Adventurers Guild is very, very empty. But up the set of stairs, you see ahead of you Darvok, Blackscale, and Euromanthus. And Euromanthus is torn to shreds, like he is not looking good at all. Well, I did not expect you all to bring, well, these new figures. I'm sorry, Lupin friend, I do not know your name, nor do I know your name, blonde-haired elf.
Right.
But I am Darvok Blackscale.
Oh, and my
It's,
name's Tyrion.
Riven, cut it out. You're only Tyrion in the street.
Hey, don't mention my street name. And he just smirks.
I'm Wilfred.
This is Wolfrin.
Your
Thank you for
Wolfriend?
finding out why his name is-
Well, the name seems fitting
Oh,
now,
ironic,
boy.
isn't it?
I know.
Well, it's good that you're here. Euromanthus isn't said much. Muttering about the Iron Brand and Father Vanwald Galley. But as you can see, he's not in a good way.
He said anything at all of any importance?
Like I said, other than the occasional word, muttering, screaming. Nothing we've learned other than those names, the Iron Brand and Vanwald Galley. I know we talked previously about wanting to find proof against Galley, but this is getting a little ridiculous. And you all met Lionel. Well, the Silver Wind. whatever you may want to call him.
You guys may call me Lionel.
All right, Silverwind. Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
He tells me that you all might have gone to the temple to confront Van Walgali, but it didn't quite go the way you wanted it.
What a big snake thing.
Yeah, with many heads.
Made us forget stuff. Well, them forget stuff. I think it ate me.
It ate you.
It did. And several of my compatriots, too. My other compatriots, I should say.
I know that voice. Well, friend, is that you?
You're Amanthus?
What is wrong with you, boy?
It's... Truth be told, I'm not at all sure. But this is new. I'm still getting used to it. I'm just as confused as you are.
What happened? Were you not able to find us? Do you know of anything of Lunala? They took her.
Lunella... She's safe. She's... at the Boar's Rest.
Good. Did you manage to get help from the rest of the Fangs? Did anyone come to aid you?
Indeed. The wolves are here. They're offering what assistance they can.
The wolves, so that dundering oaf. Cerberus is here now, is he?
Indeed.
Very well. We'll take the help we can get it. You need to listen to me, though. There's something going on in that temple. I barely got away, and I'm not sure I got away on accident.
You're saying the Iron Brand let you go?
I don't know, lad. But one minute I was in chains, a guard torturing me, the next the guard was dead. I was on my knees, no longer bound. I went wandering through the streets trying to find Lunala. But there's blood everywhere. The temple, even covered in blood.
So now that you're, well, like this, what do you want? Do you want us to take revenge? To go in there and...
I want to see my wife. But these two here, the Silver Pony or whatever his name is, and Darvok, they urged me not to leave, said it wasn't safe for me to walk around in this condition. But the hell's with that? If I know Lunala is safe and I know where she is, I want to go see my wife.
It might be best if we bring her here. We can escort her through the city, surely.
I'd have to agree with the Wolfman on this one.
You can just call me Wolfriend. It's fine.
That's what I
What's in your
said.
name? Yeah, Wolfman.
I also agree. She could be in danger.
Regardless, has anyone gone to the temple?
Arya.
We have Arya and Doran running reconnaissance. Beyond that, we're waiting to strike.
Why are we waiting? We need to strangle the life out of that Van Galley the moment we can. The things
Indeed.
Wilfred,
But we need to.
the things they did to me are nothing. I am strong. I am built to take pain, but Lunala, she went through the same.
You'll have your vengeance. I swear it.
I need to see Lunala.
Indeed.
She was with child. Before all this.
Child?
Huh?
Oh wait, she was with you when you were being tortured?
She was. They took her a few days before I got away.
So do you know where she is?
From what they say, she's at the tavern, the Boar's Rest.
Indeed, we need only go back and get her.
But I fear the worst. And if the worst comes to pass, no one will stop my rampage.
Indeed. Still, it would behoove us to be tactical.
Screw being tactical. The Boars don't do tactical. We crush heads. We ask questions later. The problem with most of these fucking chapters in the Ebon Fang is you all worry about sneaking about too much and then people die, Wilfriend.
Okay, but if we go in there without knowing how many enemies we could be facing, it would be unwise to be untactical.
Not a time for reason, lad. A time for action. For all I know, the rest of the Boars are dead. You expect me to sit on my laurels and wait for some tactical time to attack this man? Who else is he hurting right now while we sit around on our asses and act like we have this time to wait?
Well, we're not the Boars, are we? We have our own way of doing things.
He stands up, this
Bro,
lumbering form, standing taller than Wolfriend as he is now. Fine, you all wait. I'm not waiting for shit.
Euromanthus, think of how many could die if we act rashly.
Everyone in that temple is guilty at this point.
Are they, though?
We can't know that.
plus this could be exactly what they want.
I agree with the White Wind.
That's Silverwind.
What I said.
Wolfriend, what would you do? In all honesty, say Arya was with child and they tortured her. You would wait till nightfall to take your vengeance?
I would. And I would savor every last ounce.
Roll a persuasion check, friend.
Okay.
He kind of stands there at the top of the stairs, looking back at you. You're not who I thought you were, Wolfriend. I'm disappointed. He kind of storms back off, heading up the stairs. Bring me my wife.
Ouch, not disappointed. But it was the correct call.
You'll have his vengeance. I swear it.
I mean, he is. If
We
someone
just-
close to me was tortured like that, I would go in there without a second notice. Rationality goes out the window when someone you care about gets hurt.
Darvok kind of speaks up. You just need some time to calm down. You'll be fine, I'm sure, as long as we can secure this Van Walk alley.
He's hurt enough people. He dies tonight. Now, shall we? Let's take care of matters here, and then check in, see how the rest of the wolves are doing.
You guys going and retrieving Lunala and bringing her back to the guild?
I think so.
Think so, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, do you want all of us to go with you?
It should try and work covertly through the streets. No, it's not exactly, she doesn't exactly blend into a crowd.
Don't worry, Kyrian here is very subtle.
He smiles, though there's a bit of trouble, like there's something on his mind type of way, as he just walks over here.
But yeah, let's go fetch her then.
As you all head back to the Boar's Rest, Lionel, are you going with them?
I was going to offer my services to them if they wanted my help.
So you all arrive back at the Boar's Rest. You know, Lunala went into one of the left chambers. Let's see. You guys on here now? Oh. Who's grabbing you, Lunala?
Wolf
Nice.
Rand.
I will. I'll just knock lightly.
There's no answer.
Lunala? Euromanthus has freed himself. We wish to take you to him.
The quiet sobbing on the other side of the door.
May I come in?
Sure.
I'll just slowly open the door.
See Lunala, this time not cloaked and covered in her dark robes and stuff. She's a sight to see. She's a very beautiful woman. Her eyes glow almost a opaque white color. Lunala is very rare breed, some might put it. The only half celestial you've ever heard of. And you see her, she's laying on the bed, kind of sobbing slightly. As she looks towards you, she starts to try to cover herself up a little bit as you see wounds that have been healed, but multiple stab wounds on her stomach area.
Oh no.
I'm sorry. What did you need?
Eromanthus has freed himself, and he wishes to be with you.
Kinda jumps up for a moment. Where is he?
The Adventurers Guild. We came back to escort you there.
Okay, just give me a moment to get dressed.
Of course. And I'll just shut the door. Wait out here.
A few minutes pass before Lunala comes out, back in her dark robes, kind of head down, sullen.
Right. We leave at once.
You guys trying to be stealthy on your way back?
I think we should.
Alrighty, then I need everybody to roll stealth checks.
Great. Disadvantage too.
So just like you did last time, Lionel, towards the bottom of your skills, there's a stealth button. Click that.
Is it daytime?
It is daytime. It is about
Okay.
10 in the morning at this point.
Not a lot of dim light or darkness then?
Not a lot. No.
Damn. Alright, I'll dispel my armor. And
Okay.
Continue.
Everyone wants to roll stealth.
Oh, I got a shit stealth roll.
Yeah,
Wow, we're
Oh,
it's a lot of stealth.
Mavra's trying to be super stealthy. So, you guys try to be as stealthy as possible with how bright it is outside and how many people are on the streets. It's not super easy. You get a few sideways glances from some of the people on the street, but nobody seems to be following you that you can see. It takes you a little bit longer trying to go through alleys and back areas, but you eventually make it back to the Adventurers Guild. Adventurers Guild.
Before we actually walk in, I will say to Lunala, I spoke to Eromanthus briefly. I'm afraid he might do something rash. Get himself or others killed.
Can you truly blame him?
Truthfully? No.
You all work to enact vengeance on part of people who've taken suffering. Wish him not to perform that duty?
I do wish that he does. I just don't want him to endanger the lives of those completely innocent in this at the same time.
What about the other innocent lives taken?
They will have their vengeance. I swear it.
Let's see.
I'll not let you down.
Hopefully not. You all enter into the. And all begins moving through. What are you all doing?
Probably
Well,
follow, right? Or should we wait?
We've done what we came here to do. We should scout out the temple. Check in, see how things are progressing.
Just be safe, all of you. We don't need any more deaths.
Do you guys need
course.
would you guys like to have my assistance?
Lionel knows his way around. Might even be able to get you past some guards if necessary.
Figure any help is better than no help.
If I might ask, what do you stand to benefit from helping us?
Just trying to help innocent people.
Insight check.
Alright, roll an insight check. Lionel, I need you to click on the 2DM button at the top of your sheet and roll either persuasion or deception. If you're lying, roll deception. If you're telling the truth, roll persuasion.
Ooh.
He seems pretty honest to you.
Right.
So a goody goody.
Can you imagine how horrible it would be if I put an Iron Brand person as a guest player?
I mean, that would be kind of cool.
It would be incredibly spicy.
Make me the big bad guy.
Right. Well, like I said, be safe. We don't need any unnecessary deaths.
Indeed.
Well, I'm not planning to die, so we'll be fine.
And to that end, please gods make sure Neuromanthus doesn't do something rash.
About that time, you hear a loud, guttural shout, and the immediate splintering of wood. I will try to keep him at bay, but we should not keep a man in pain waiting.
I don't plan on it. Shall we go then?
Let's go. Wait, but before we do that, should we are we planning on being stealthy, or do we want to just pretend to act like we're part of the scenery?
We should at the very least try to blend in.
Wearing heavy armor, and that thing is quite loud.
Yes, but it is not necessarily out of place in a city such as this.
Just I was asking if we were gonna be blending in or being stealthy. Luckily, it seems we're blending in, so it's perfect for me. And Kyrian.
Okay, so you guys are heading to the temple?
Yep, just sort of, I guess, add in enough of a distance.
But you guys
What
said
am
that
I trying to say?
You guys said that you already sent out a scouting party, so we should probably meet up with them first, right?
Indeed. Could try and meet up,
You have a sending stone.
assuming we can find them. I mean, a sending stone is to Cerberus.
Right.
If I... Although I will send a message to Cerberus.
Well, you can
Your
always check.
Mantis is physically fine. Emotionally, not so much. I fear he may do something rash. Still, we must do our part. Where can we meet up and discuss details?
Wolfriend, please come to the temple now. As fast as you can.
Temple, now. Let's go.
Oh, great. What happened now?
Don't know. All I know is that we need to get to the temple now.
Lead the way, big guy.
You guys trying to be stealthy at this point?
I mean, trying to blend in, at least.
Okay. So yes, roll stealth checks.
Oh,
Okay.
Riven can't roll performance instead.
Big bucks, no whammies. Whammy.
Ooh.
Okay, I love. Thank you, Riven. How come Riven's the stealthiest of this group? What the heck?
Nice.
Oh,
Use
you'll
my-
have to.
Yes, you can use a luck die if you would like to roll again.
Oh, and he's still set on just a 2 GM instead of.
Oh, yeah, let me fix that.
I fixed it.
Okay. Yep, so you can roll again if you would like to with one of your luck points.
Oh,
you
he's
got-
luck.
He got 2 natural ones.
Oof.
He rolls
How do I-
disadvantage with heavy armor.
How do I?
You just click the same thing again, and then you'll
Right.
subtract one of your luck points on the side.
Ouch.
That's a 6. It's better than a natural 1. Still not great. Alrighty. So, not the stealthiest today, guys.
He's not clanking the armor for once.
Okay. That one over there. Simple. Remember, guys, this is a big map. Board. So many tokens.
Ben and Lana are the only ones that made it.
Yeah, I'm still trying to shunt people onto it. Friend, Mavra, It, and Uzmi. As you guys arrive at the temple, you see the 4 wolves standing outside the door.
Well,
You took your time.
what's the situation?
Not good. Eerily quiet for the time of day.
Not good.
No, it is not good.
What's going on?
Well, you'll see for yourself. As he goes to open the door, that out. Temple Lawbearer. Sorry, resetting some.
Oh, very not good.
I think across. So as the doors open, find countless bodies slaughtered. This is why we needed you to come as fast as possible. You see Arya kind of backed up into the corner outside the door, kind of like in her own mind, crouched down, head in her hands.
Heaven knows.
Oh my gosh, they're all dead. What happened here?
We do not know. The doors were barred from the inside when we got here. We scouted out. We were wondering why there was no commotion of morning services. We finally got in. Well, Arya had to sneak through the back, so she... You kind of looking at Arya as you pass through the door. Your hands are covered in blood, and she's pretty, like, not all there right now.
Riven gulp and just look at this corpse right here and try to identify what killed it.
Roll a medicine check. 7. Hard to say. It looks like blade wounds of some sort. Pretty surgical.
Can we also examine the area?
Yeah, roll an investigation check. What are you looking for in particular?
I will.
General idea, just to see how many people potentially were attacking these guys.
Okay.
I will also assist in this investigation.
Yeah, for sure. Both of you. 15 for Lionel.
Oh, you're joking me.
Wolfriend, you seem to not even be inside of a church.
Lionel,
I am.
Wolfriend, the amount that your senses are being overwhelmed by the smell of blood in here is not making things easy for you.
Uzmir is going to start checking pockets.
Okay, go ahead and roll investigation. Lionel, you are a seasoned fighter. You were in the military. It looks like this was done just by how the bodies are placed, by footprints left in blood. Looks like maybe one person probably did this.
Oh my god. All this was done by a single person.
Wolfriend just has his great sword out and is starting to look visibly furious.
Uzmir, you find, just looking through scattered pockets, you find around 48 gold pieces, some holy symbols, tickets to the opera, 3 tickets to the opera, to be specific. Some assorted jewelry, like 8 or 9 pieces of jewelry. That's really it.
And Riven goes back towards where Wolfen's friends are.
Have you inspected the bodies?
No, we didn't want to. We didn't want to disturb the crime scene. Especially if the guards arrived. They have not been alerted yet, but this will not go under their noses for very long.
What about the surrounding area? Have you seen anybody come in or out of this building?
They have not. Doran and Arya made the rounds, but no one in the vicinity. From what Doran was saying, this happened probably around 2 or 3 in the morning.
So we need to look around and see if there's any doors that lead to a dungeon of some sort.
As you guys are discussing this, Wolfriend, want to describe what's happening to you?
He is just sort of slowly pacing through the aisles. You just hear him say, "Where is he? Where is he?"
You start moving through, you see one figure slumped in a chair. Dais towards the front.
Do I recognize who it is?
Same person from your vision, same person from the drawing that you had of Van Walgali, slumped, lifeless body.
Any indications on like of how his wounds are, if this was like self-inflicted, perhaps?
There is a knife in each hand, basically nailing him to the chair. And what looks like a serrated playing card sticking out of his forehead.
The playing card.
Hey, wasn't there that
This-
group?
The Harlequin Brotherhood.
Yeah, that's the one.
I'm gonna.
They did this.
On the card,
They did this.
on the card, there is a King of Clubs.
Riven recognized like a significance of it since he has played cards before.
Roll a history check, Riven, with advantage, because you're from, I mean, you've been around the area for a long time. 16. The significance of the playing cards, these are found at most crime scenes that are thought to be associated with the Harlequin Brotherhood. You know a little bit about their structure. So below the leader, known as Ace, there are 4 members who either go with a moniker of King or Queen of a specific suit. So this might be indicating as to which of those individuals might have performed this operation.
Seems to be a king.
Getting away. They're not getting away.
Well, friend, I know you're upset, but... And I hate
Right.
saying this, but... Let's calm down a bit. First-
Enemy of thy enemies are friends too, right?
Wolfrind is not listening to any of this.
I mean, he did kill the man that Wolfram wanted to kill, so...
All told, as you guys are walking around and looking, from what Doran and Victor are able to tell you, there are probably 100 dead within the temple.
So many dead just to kill a man. Wolfram, can't you revive him and we can get some information there?
I must find them.
Through Wolfram's
I have
rage,
to.
through Wolfram's rage, there's something he does not notice that Uzmir, you notice, and Lionel, you notice. Galley's robes are torn, and there's something carved into his chest.
I'd like to get a closer look.
Me too.
You attempting to push past Wolfram?
Yeah, sure.
Same.
I mean, Wolfrand's probably gonna end up wandering off, looking for anything else that could any sort of lead.
Okay, roll an investigation check then. Carved into Van Walgalley's chest is the Brotherhood does not relent.
Uzmir,
that.
why are you looking at this chest so intently?
If you're dead and you've got something carved into your chest, I'd check it out too. Even if
Wait,
I
there's-
do see you as the way you are.
Wait, there's something carved there?
Seems that Van Walgalley has slighted the Brotherhood as well.
Wolfram peeling off and kind of looking for clues some sort of evidence, make your way towards this area where on the wall, stapled with a dagger, is a note.
What's it say?
It says, "To the Bloodhawk, with our dearest regards. Leave now, or this is your fate." And then it is signed and sealed with a red A.
Do I know anything of what that red A might be?
Given the significance of cards in this situation, you immediately come to mind with perhaps an ace.
I mean, Wolfram just sort of clocks it, keeps looking.
Anyone else?
So Riven's gonna investigate Van Galley. As in, he's gonna check and see if there's anything else in his pockets and stuff.
On investigation check.
Is it
Within his pocket, there's not much. He seems to have everything on him except for his robes, which have been torn. Seems to have been taken from him. He really doesn't have any belongings on him at this point in time.
So anything of importance has been taken.
What are you doing, Mavra?
Looking at all the carnage.
There's a lot of it.
Sure is.
So I wonder what the Brotherhood wanted with Golly. Who is the Brotherhood?
Actually, Lionel, you would know a lot about the Brotherhood. I'll give you a little bit of breakdown on them. The Harlequin Brotherhood is a notorious organization that has established its presence across Nidira. They are known for their ruthless and cunning tactics, which have made them a very formidable force to be reckoned with. Their operations extend from the Theocracy all the way down to Melja, and they, of course, like I said before, operate under a very strict hierarchy led by a figure known as Ace, whose identity has never been able to be found out. Their criminal activity ranges from smuggling and theft to assassination and extortion. They have a very vast network of informants and spies, which they use to gather information and maintain their hold over various territories of the black markets and underground. And many believe that their reach extends even to the highest levels of governments and military, with many officials rumored to be on their payroll.
Okay. So it's possible we're looking at either the Brotherhood had a problem with Golly, or somebody hired the Brotherhood to assassinate Golly.
Yeah, those seem to be the options.
Or they were looking for something here and potentially didn't find it.
Could be. Or Van Galley double crossed them, trying to play two similar organizations, and then, well,
Got opted out.
I mean, he did have his hands with the Iron Brand. Maybe he was also having a bit of a little hustle with the Harlequin. It's hard to say, really, unless we get any paper or document or whatever to confirm this.
Surely Golly had to have had an office here somewhere. I'm gonna look for that.
Okay. You'll have to look for that. Wolfriend, feel a touch on your shoulder.
That's it. No. Okay.
I'll just shrug it off and keep looking.
Then the touch comes a grasp and like a forceful pull.
Whip my head over to see who it is.
Wilfried, what are you doing, mate? We can't stay here that long. The guards are gonna come eventually.
We need to find who did this. The Brotherhood. They're responsible.
Well, they're sure as hell not gonna be here anymore. I already killed everyone. Everyone in the goddamn temple. I got Arya outside, crying her eyes out, waded through blood to get us in here. I get it. You're angry. They took your quarry. But we cannot linger. This is no time to lose control over yourself. Maybe roll a wisdom saving throw. There it is. Already did. Yeah. Doran manages to snap you out of it.
You.
Are you with me?
Yes.
It kind of gives you a pat on the cheek.
Let's go.
I need to get out of here.
Take note of the calling cards, but don't take them. The guards need something to go off of.
Right.
Mavra.
Yeah.
Come on, we gotta go.
Lionel, you find yourself in an office of sorts. You searching for anything in particular?
Yeah, I want to check the desk for paperwork.
Okay, go ahead and roll an investigation check for me. $18. You do find a ledger. It is a little cryptic. You're not sure what a lot of it means, but there's a lot of transactions and travel notes in here, but it's all coded.
Okay.
It does have the signature of Van Walgali on almost every transaction, though.
So, solid it says. Can I check the room for anything else? Just like that could be hiding, like safes or.
Yeah, looking around, there is a hidden safe behind a portrait.
Okay.
On one of the walls. It is locked.
Is it possible for me to try to get into it?
You can try to break it open. You don't have any lockpicks or anything. There's a good chance one of the other people they're with might have lockpicks or something.
Okay. I'm gonna go ask the group to see if they have any way to break into a safe.
Okay.
Hey, do either one of you two have the means of opening a safe? Mavra?
Mavra.
Oh, really?
I mean, Mavra
Sorry, I
is
was
an
updating
expert.
my notes.
Yes, do either one of you guys have the means to open a safe?
I can do it. Depending on how complicated it is.
How complicated is the safe? I guess you'd have to go look at it, huh?
You're not exactly a safe cracker.
No, not exactly.
No,
But
no,
can
I was talking about
give it a shot.
Lionel. For like
Oh.
describing how hard of a safe it would be to crack. Lionel's not much of a safe cracker.
Just like,
Show me the way.
it's just over here. It's in this office, behind this portrait.
It's a pretty hefty safe. You still might be able to break into it. But you know going in it won't be easy.
So, Mavra, let's check for traps first. Let's not blow up this entire building.
Yeah, that was my next call.
Okay, go ahead and roll an investigation check. 12.
Okay, that's good.
If you're helping, then she can go with the 18. That's fine.
Yeah, Riven's gonna help.
It is most definitely trapped. Looks like some sort of arcane sigil is carved into it.
Another one of these.
Is it one that goes boom boom?
I'm not sure. My skills with Arcana are not quite that high.
Don't see any like strings or levers or anything like that, just the arcane sigil, and you can tell that it's active.
It's a magical word. I don't see anything I can use to disengage it. Kyrian, can you go and see if any of Wolfern's friends can help us?
Oh, absolutely. Just, sit tight. I'll be right back.
As Kyrian, the errand boy, goes all the way over here.
Excuse me.
Yes, Riven it was, correct?
Kyrian, but yes, right now, Kyrian. So we have a problem. There's a locked chest over there, but it's trapped. I wonder if any one of you can help us, either make the trap disappear or can identify the trap.
The only one who'd be able to do that most likely would be Arya, and she is in no shape to come back in here and see this carnage.
Am I close enough that I'd overhear this?
Yeah.
How big's the safe?
Pretty big. Oh, you're thinking of doing the thing.
We can't get it open. We could at least take it for later if it's not too big. As I just keep walking by. You said back over here, right?
Yes, back over there.
We should be leaving soon.
I can lead you.
Please make it quick.
Yes, we're on it.
As he leads,
Well, friend, I don't know what your
this
friends are doing, but... Wilfriend, but they should make it quick.
We've been told to make it quick, so... Alright. DM, how big's this safe?
The safe, the face of the safe that you can actually see, it is embedded in the wall, is about 9 foot by 8 foot. You don't know how far it goes into the wall.
eat the entire wall.
I can't eat the entire wall.
I mean, Usmir, can you recognize the sigil? Since you've been wandering for how many years?
I'm gonna guess that I need to roll an Arcana check.
Yep.
Not that great at Arcana. I rolled 20.
20. Alright.
Almost a nat.
It is, with your limited knowledge of magic, you can tell that it is a conjuration symbol.
Conjuration. Well, at least it won't explode.
It'll summon something. Or conjure.
Yeah, so it's not explodey.
It's not explodey, but I mean, conjuration, there's...
You can also tell it's fairly powerful.
Yeah, there's a wide range of conjuration, and this is a strong one.
Might be worth just leaving it.
I'd assume that I probably can't just pull this out of the wall.
Try.
What the hell? Riven will help if Kuzma's gonna do this.
I'll help with whatever I can.
Does this trap look like it's going to explode by opening the safe or by messing with the safe?
Hard to tell.
Hard to tell.
Hey, we got this.
Mavra left the room.
Mavra just went
I
poop
was
like
laughing.
goodbye.
Not a fucking gun, homie.
Alright, I'm looking at sizes of safes. And it looks like a safe this size is going to weigh between 800 and 1100 pounds.
Yeah, so unfortunately, gentlemen,
I mean, no, you could definitely try. With multiple of you, you might be able to get it out of the wall.
yeah, but we're not going to be able to carry it. I'm afraid that this one might be a lost cause.
Yeah,
But always come back for it more prepared.
true.
Where is the spell magic when you need it?
Out on the scared half-elf girl.
I also have it.
Oh shit, Wolfred also has it.
I mean, at this point, I'm gonna check in. What's taking you all so long?
Conjuration magic on a safe that's built into the wall?
Yeah, it's trapped.
It's
So,
trapped. I don't exactly feel like getting stabbed by a spike or a monster appearing or whatever it might be.
unless
And
you
if
want
that-
to give it a try.
If that weren't an issue, would you be able to get it open?
Kind of looks over my shoulder at Mavra.
Yeah, we have Mavra.
Maybe.
Oh, come on,
Allow
Mavra.
me.
You are amazing at this. You got this.
You can do this. I believe in you.
We make this quick.
Very.
I'll go in,
We're all just gonna watch with popcorn at the ready.
find the
see what happens.
safe,
Okay,
and I will cast Dispel Magic.
I need you to roll a check for this.
What kind
Oh.
of check? Just
I'm making an ability check using your spell casting ability, so just click on your charisma.
20 total.
Nice.
As what does this look like? What does dispelling magic look like for Wolfriend?
So, the spell starts by sort of giving a manifestation to whatever magic is, on this safe. And then it'll start attacking it with chains of darkness and just pull the sigil apart.
As these chains of darkness start to pierce and form around the sigil, you feel your power start to pulse through them. And as this happens, you see the chains begin to break and the sigil begin to glow. Erupting into the room.
Oh boy.
It wasn't successful.
It was not.
Shit.
Erupting into the room.
Oh boy. We have to run.
You see, let's see here. Try to get this right. an angelic being of darkness covered in black and gold. This figure carrying this massive bladed scythe now floats effortlessly above you as she says, "All debts must be paid." And that is where we will end for tonight.
Great.
Oh
Um,
boy.
This is a Death Pact Angel.
What does that mean?
Great. Very bad.
What does that mean?
Thanks for listening, guys. We will see you next time. Hopefully, we will get through this just okay. Hopefully Lionel will be able to be back next week as well.
I will.
He will. And we hope to see you all again. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.